What's up, folks? Jay here from Jay's Way, and I'm super stoked for this one because I just hit $250,000 in royalties on Amazon Merch on Demand, and I sold over 68,000 t-shirts. And I'm going to show you how I did it without touching a single shirt or even dealing with one single customer. If you're new here, welcome. I'm all about helping people regain a little bit more control of your lives to do more of what you want to do with your time, which is your most valuable asset. So how'd I do it? With Amazon Merch on Demand. This was mostly passive income. And I say mostly because there is no such thing as purely passive income without at least keeping the proverbial wheels greased. I'm going to explain what Amazon Merch on Demand is, formerly known as Merch by Amazon, how to design a t-shirt or tote bag, and how to check trademarks so that you don't get into any legal hot water. And hopefully we can get you started on making some side loot for yourself. So here's my stats. On Amazon US, you can see that I made $250,943.42. And you can see there's a few other markets here. I've made a little bit of money on some of those too. But total of all markets is over $252,000. And it works out to about $3.80, which is how much Amazon pays me for every shirt that gets sold. Another crazy stat here is that I've sold almost 69,000 shirts for a total of over $1.2 million in terms of revenue. And here's the previous year. You can see that I did almost $91,000 selling almost 24,000 t-shirts. This year I'm at 16,861 shirts for total royalties of over 64,000 with the last 6 weeks of the year left, which are probably going to see me make another $15,000 to $20,000. What you can see here is my stats for this year. So January starts off a little slow, $3,500, and it might look like I'm on a downslope here, but not to worry, because if we look at the previous year, you can see that it does the same hump leading into October, but then boom, $10,000 in November and almost 15 grand in December alone. So when we look at $3.75 or $3.80 per sale, it might not seem like much when you can do, 2, 3, 4 times that on Etsy or Shopify or something like that. But as soon as you multiply that number by, 24,000 shirts like I did last year, you're talking $90,000 or so on an annual revenue, which is pretty significant for not doing a whole heck of a lot. So what is Amazon Merch on Demand? It's a platform that lets you sell your artwork across all kinds of products like t-shirts, tote bags, iPhone cases to people all over the globe. And you don't have to touch a single one of those items, and you don't have to even talk to a single customer. Amazon takes care of the printing, packaging, and shipping, and you don't have to do a thing. And you can get started with literally $0. So let's look at this. I'm going to screen share now. So this is the Amazon landing page. You get to it by going to merch.amazon.com. And it tells you here the basic steps. You upload your artwork, set a list price, they print what's sold. You get to leverage Amazon's customer base and their Prime shipping, which is pretty awesome, all for free. And then you earn monthly royalties, so they do pay you on a monthly basis, which I actually thought I would hate because it's the anticipation of getting paid at the end of the month, but it's actually worked out to be amazing because it allows you to structure your budget a little bit better too. So this is what it looks like. You would click the sign up button here. And once you're in here, you're going to see this stuff here. You'll have to fill out, your tax information, whether you're a business, corporation, what country, region you're at. You're going to have to add your bank account details and tax information. And once you fill out all this stuff, you're going to come to a spot where you can put in your sort of portfolio or work experience with website links, that sort of stuff. So if you have any content that you've created online already, any kind of selling platform you're a part of, like Teespring or Zazzle or Redbubble, there's a bunch of them out there that you can sell on. Or if you have your Etsy account or anything like that, if you're already doing it. If not, it would probably be a good idea to create one of those, upload a bunch of stuff so that you can show them that you're actively doing this elsewhere and you're not just new and going to be fumbling your way through their platform. They don't want to be liable for any risks or anything like that when it comes to intellectual property infringement, that sort of thing. So put their minds at ease and show them that you've got a handle on how the industry works in some way or another. And there's no harm in watching, a few YouTube videos to get a good insight as to what's going on. They want to know, like I said, that you're not going to put them at risk of being sued or anything like that from an intellectual property perspective. So I'm going to show you how to create a design, and then we're going to check trademarks. So I'll show you how to do that so that everything you upload will be vetted and safe. But first, let's look at my account here. Okay, so we can see my account here. You can see yesterday I had a pretty good day with $336, 92 items sold. And you can see I was kind of trending upward as we get further into Q4 here. And you can see here that I'm in tier 8,000. If we go to analyze, you can see my sales. And I started at the end of 2017. I started really slow. And that's because Amazon has a tier system. So in the first tier, when you first sign up, if you get accepted and you're vetted and allowed onto the platform, you start in tier 10, meaning you can only have uploaded 10 designs to the platform. To get out of tier 10, you need to have at least 10 sales and you need to have uploaded at least 80% of the designs available. And an easy way to do this is to price your items as low as possible and buy 10 of them and give them out as Christmas gifts. Especially this time of year, it's a smart, easy way to tier up. Then you'll have the sales, and as long as you keep uploading, Amazon will bump you up to the next tier, which is 25. Let's fast forward to 2020. I took that kind of headspace. And you can see again, 2020 starts off a little slower and then COVID hit. And then come June 2020, Amazon turned on the tap again and that $5,000 a month became a reality for me. And for a side hustle, it became life-changing. So as you see, we got further into fourth quarter and these last 3 months of every year have traditionally been awesome, with November and December being crazy amounts of money. Fast forward to 2021 and you can see that the same thing happened, and then I had my first $10,000 a month, followed by an almost $15,000 a month, which is insane. It was kind of mind blown. So needless to say, I was super happy. And in 2022, you can see that I started off a little higher than I did last year in the first quarter and continued to grow since. So now that you've got a little bit of an idea of what the platform looks like and how to get in, we're going to create a design, check for trademarks, and create our first listings. I want to show you this cool little design program called Kittl. It's relatively new. What is pretty awesome about this is that it's a game changer. I'm a graphic designer. I'm trained on like the Photoshop, Illustrator, Creative Suite, that whole nine. I pay for it. Kittl is an absolute game changer. You don't need to pay for any of that stuff. So make sure to use my link below for a Kittl subscription. And you can see here that unlike several other design programs, you can use these designs for physical and products for sale, including print-on-demand products with no limit of quantity. So that's the key right here. This is something you can't always do with other design programs. So let's take a look at how easy this is. All right, let's look for something. Here's one. So I think we can turn this into a pretty cool birthday shirt if somebody was going to wear it out. So we can change this, click on this, change this down to, I don't know, 90. That probably will fit. Then we just double click it, birthday. And then as soon as you click off this, check it out. Boom, it puts it back in there with the stylizations it's already had. So I'm going to drag this down here, and I'm going to drag this up and put It's my. And as soon as we click off, it's set. I'll bring you up here. I'll click Arch, I think, and then we can make this fit the curve. So you can just drag it to where it looks good. So you have kind of a uniform spacing here. We'll do the same thing on this side. Oh, and I can't spell. That should be an S there, and then we'll just click off, and it puts it right back to where it was. So it's pretty awesome. And then birthday, I think we're going to make this a little bit bigger, stick this across here. As soon as you drag it, you see this dotted line that pops up to let you know that it's centered. So it's kind of idiot proof that way too. So I can do the same thing here. There you go, it's centered there. And boom, centered there. Let's make this a little bit smaller here so that we hide the corner. I'll move it back over. There we go. Make you bigger. So now it's my birthday. We've got an awesome birthday design. I think it's pretty fun. Somebody might wear this out to, a bar or something. So we've just totally changed that design, and it took only a few seconds, and we're not designers at all, but it looks like we've manipulated text and we've done all kinds of cool stuff. All you do is click download now. We want to make sure that this is 300 dpi. You want to make sure you remove the background, optimize quality for digital use, because that's what we're going to be using to upload. So we just click PNG button. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is take that design we made in Kittl and create our first items. But first we need to check trademarks. So let's go USPTO, search our trademark database, basic word mark, and our design says it's my birthday. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 matches here. The key here is that none of them have registration numbers. So they could be anywhere along the process of getting registered, but they don't actively have a number, so there's nothing to worry about yet. You're going to want to stay on top of these and see where they end up. But for example, we'll click on the first one, and it's goods and services in class 30 and 46, and the GNS here stands for goods and services, and they're pertaining to ice cream. In our case, class 025 is the one you want to look out for, which would be for t-shirts. But as of right now, you saw that there are no registrations for those. And typically when they're that generic, there's a lesser chance that they'll function properly as a brand. So the USPTO might not allow it to get registered anyway. And now that we know our artwork is safe, you can come over here and select products, which is pretty incredible. So we're in here, we've got standard t-shirts selected across all marketplaces. So you got .com, which is the US, you got .co.uk, which is obviously the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and Japan. So you can literally sell these things all over the world, which is pretty incredible. Not all products you'll see are offered in all markets yet, but knowing Amazon, it won't be long before they're there. And 4 or 5 years ago when I got on here, all you had were these products here, from t-shirts to hoodies. So now you've got zip hoodies, iPhone cases, tote bags, throw pillows, all that kind of stuff. So you can click here to select all products. I will select tote bag here because I think the design we made could look good on a tote bag, especially if you're gifting it to somebody. So we'll do that and then click continue. And all that's left to do now is drag and drop our artwork that we made in Kittl. So now that it's uploaded, we want to obviously select some colors. So let's go with the lighter colors. I think it'll look good on sport gray, maybe yellow and pink. Let's go green too. I don't like to do more than 5 or 6 colors at a time because what happens is the customer will have what's called analysis paralysis. And this is used to describe something when you have too many options to pick from that you end up getting kind of frozen or stuck in your thought process, right? So we want to make this as quick and easy as possible. So by limiting our color options, you're giving a customer a lot better chance of making that decision faster. And then we scroll down here to our prices, and you can see that priced at $19.99, our royalty will be $5.23. This is how much Amazon is going to pay us when one of these shirts sell. So you can go through and set your prices at different things. A lot of people like to start really low at $13.07, which is the minimum you can do, and have 0 royalty. Why would you do that? Some people like to set it that low to encourage many purchases, and then hopefully they'll tier up faster. I don't like to do that because I don't like to work for free. And to be honest, my way is working for me, so why would I do anything else? So we will start with $18. That's kind of where I like to test the waters. It's a little bit of give and take. And then I have the flexibility of going down $1 if I want. And then I make about $3, or I'll price sometimes upwards of $20. Then you can make $5.24 a shirt. Anyway, you can do that for all the other products, and you can see the totes here look pretty cool. And then you have all the information down here you have to fill out. So the next thing we need to do is add titles, brand name, and some feature bullets and a product description. So I would do something like that to describe the shirt. Brand could be Retro Rainbows or something kind of catchy with the alliteration there. So for feature bullet 1, I would do something like this that creates a call to action. You're telling the customer to do something, and it kind of tugs at their emotional heartstrings a little bit. And then feature bullet 2, I'd like to just repeat the title. And then for the product description, which will show up in different searches, I will do a combination of the 2 of these. And that's it. And then you can copy this, and then I would paste 1 to all. And you can see it populating there. And once that's done, I would just click publish. It tells you are submitting a design to the following products, and it'll be searchable. And we just click publish. A good place to get inspiration would be Etsy. And as you guys know, I am an avid Etsy seller. Birthday shirt. So you can see all kinds of birthday shirts that are selling here. And the thing is, if they're selling on Etsy, there's a good chance they'll sell on Amazon. But Amazon typically is a little bit behind when it comes to fashion trends. So your stuff on Amazon may not translate well into something more niche and boutique-y like the platform that is Etsy. But most of my designs that I have on Etsy, I've been able to successfully move over to Amazon merch, and they've done fairly well. What people like to tell you next is that it's a numbers game. All the gurus say it's quantity over quality. I come from a different camp entirely. I would rather put my time and effort into a design that I know might even be timeless or has a good long shelf life. Even things that are what people call an evergreen niche, which is something that will typically sell all year round. Even stuff like that in those niches have a finite shelf life. There's going to be trends that change within that niche. If we're talking birthday shirts, for example, the trending fonts change, the colors change within those niches. Even the keywords change within those niches from year to year. So there's no set it and forget it number. There's no point throwing up as many designs as possible to see what sticks. Instead, put the time into a little bit more research to put up quality products that you know will sell. And once you've got a few sales on Amazon merch, you can leverage those same designs again and throw them up on different platforms like the TeePublics, the Zazzles, that sort of thing. Test those out, see what sells, and do more of the same. Another tip would be to use that same birthday design we created in Kittl, but add a birth year. So now you can leverage that design as more of a template and just change the birth years and then upload those. So I hope this helps you make some money on the side that you can hopefully eventually turn into a full-time income to help give you the freedom to do more of the things you want to do with your time. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know down below. Thanks again. Give me a like and sub, and we'll see you in the next one.